Thanks for joining us on To The Point. I'm Alex Bell, and today, well, we found out where the MLS expansion team that we were hoping would come to Sacramento actually ended up going. They're going to San Diego, and once again, Sacramento's soccer dreams have been crushed. And here is the MLS in San Diego earlier today making the announcement. The event was complete with a little confetti and some new scarves. The team kicks off its first MLS season in 2025. Our Kevin John, he will be joining me in the studio in just a few minutes with more on this announcement and what it means for Sacramento's soccer team, Republic FC. I also want to hear from you about this announcement. You can text me using the QR code on your screen. But in tonight's main point, I have been on the phone all day with city and county officials trying to get answers on the future of the Railyards, because we know soccer is a big reason why downtown's new Railyards project even exists right now. And trying to get the MLS here has been a roller coaster of emotions. If you've been around Sacramento for a while, you know that the Railyards in downtown Sacramento have sat empty for years. But a new expansion project for the Railyards that's bringing housing and even a hospital to the area is supposed to double the size of downtown. One of the Railyards' anchor developments is a stadium that Sacramento was hoping a Major League Soccer team would be playing in. But with or without an MLS team, the stadium at the Railyards is still being built. That's according to Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg, who says, "We are moving forward with a first-class stadium in the Railyards. Hopefully it will be in partnership with Major League Soccer, but either way, we are going to work in partnership with the Sac Republic team, the community, and the fan base to bring years of great soccer to Sacramento." At last check, the stadium in the Railyards is expected to generate over 2,600 jobs, host up to 15,000 fans, and be home to more than just soccer games, but also concerts and festivals. Now, soccer is definitely still something that Sacramento residents we spoke to would love to see happen.
As someone who just got done playing college soccer, having a professional team here would be everything. You see how big it is around the world, just with the World Cup and how it's really the world's game, and I think having that here in Sacramento would be a huge privilege and something that this city would do very well with. So I think it'd be great.
I mean, we definitely deserve one. I mean, we got a basketball team. I mean, that's doing great. And I mean, adding a soccer team or any other team after that, that would be awesome.
I think Sacramento can benefit economically by having another team here. Commerce will increase and also tourism will increase as well. So it will greatly benefit and impact the community here substantially.
Time will tell if Sacramento's soccer dreams come true. All right, again, I do want to hear from you. On the corner of your screen, you will see a QR code. Just scan that and complete the sentence. The Sacramento Railyards should be ... We'll share some of your thoughts at the end of the show. Let's go ahead and bring in Kevin. Kevin, welcome back. It's my favorite topic, sports. You know what? I have really learned a lot about sports just hanging out with you.
You're doing a great job, too. I mean, you may replace me.
He coaches me. I'm not going to lie.
You're not going to learn a lot from me, that's for sure.
But I do want to talk about the MLS. I mean, could they ever call Sacramento home? Is that dream gone, or do we have any hope left?
You know, Alex, as far as the immediate future is concerned, the answer on that is no. As a matter of fact, the MLB commissioner himself had said that they are scrapping any plans to add additional teams, at least for the next few years. Now, after 2026, he did say he will reassess that decision, which means Sacramento will be taken into consideration. Hopefully that wasn't too much.
2026?
2026. So just hold your horses for 3 years. It's only 3 years away. Now, here's a look at that announcement ceremony earlier today. I know you just showed that, Alex. This was in San Diego. Now, of course, many soccer fans in this area hoping that Sacramento would bring an MLS expansion team here. Like I said, it could come after 2026, but remember, it was just last year when lead investor Ron Burkle had dropped out, which made things challenging to say the least. Now, here's the MLS commissioner today speaking about why they ended up choosing San Diego.
This is a place that had sold out men's and women's national team games, packed houses for the Mexican national team, and other international matches. The success of the Wave. And as all of you know, this is one of the fastest growing and largest and most competitive youth soccer markets anywhere in the United States.
You know, I would say Sacramento is one of the highest growing youth soccer markets as well. Now, I did hear from Sacramento Republic earlier today. Look at this statement right here. This is from Kevin Nagel. He is their CEO and owner. And he released a statement that says, quote, "Our focus continues to be on how Republic FC can be the best club it can be for the region to continue to invest in our community and play winning soccer. Today's announcement does not change or doesn't change our plans and will continue to march forward for the fans that have supported us for a decade. And as we know, they have some of the most loyal, loudest, raucous fan base there is in soccer. So, of course, these fans are anxious to this. Now, Alex, I do want to tell you, Republic FC, they went on to tell me that they don't want today's announcement to be too much of a distraction and take away from the club. Obviously, they still do have a match to prepare for on Saturday. And currently, they're sitting atop the leadership board in the USL. So while it is a little bit of a punch, to say the least, we do know that in 3 years, Sacramento can be reconsidered for an MLS expansion team. So,
all right, we'll see what happens. We'll keep you posted. All right, Kevin, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All right, so I want to mention an update from our Firepower Money team. Yesterday, we told you that the CPUC planned to allow PG&E to pay a fine and not admit wrongdoing for starting a wildfire that killed 4 people. And today, those state regulators, they went through with their plan. The Zog fire happened back in 2020. The fire killed 8-year-old Fayla McLeod and her mom, Elena, and also 2 other people. An investigation by the Public Utilities Commission found that PG&E committed severe violations in starting the fire, but they allowed PG&E to settle with a $10 million fine. Fayla's grandmother told us today that she is livid, saying, quote, "I cannot believe they did this. They are supposed to protect the public." And also, I do want to mention PG&E is facing manslaughter charges in Shasta County. Here's what else people are also talking about today. A sex scandal in Woodland. A woman who is described as someone who performed administrative duties is no longer employed at Woodland Christian School. An investigation is underway into inappropriate contact off campus with 1 or more high school students. And then people in Fair Oaks are on the edge after a person is seen on camera appearing to chase a cat and allegedly trespassing on their property. One family sent us this video right here saying that they can't sleep after seeing a person on their front patio at, get this, 1 a.m. Friday morning, chasing their cat and not even calling out a name. And new details about Senator Dianne Feinstein's health. She returned to Congress just last week, but the 89-year-old senator suffered several complications from her bout with shingles in February. It spread to her face and neck, causing vision and balance problems, and as well as paralysis in her face. All right, and let's go ahead and talk about Montana for a second. Beautiful views, wildlife, and they just banned TikTok. Actually, TikTok content creators just filed a lawsuit to turn over Montana's new ban on the app. They argue that the law is unconstitutional. It's a violation of free speech rights, and they do not think that the state has the authority over matters of national security. Take a look. Montana is now the first state in the U.S. to ban TikTok. The state's governor signed the bill into law this morning. It stops the popular social media app from operating within state lines starting in January of 2024. The governor tweeted the law is meant to protect Montanans' personal and private data from the Chinese Communist Party. People that study these things are in awe.
We've just never seen something like this in the way of a ban on a social media app that so many millions of Americans use.
The ban is a major blow to content creators like Adam Botkin, a former football player and recent University of Montana graduate who has 170,000 followers on the platform.
It hurts just because it's like one of the 3 main platforms that I've built a community on. It's the biggest one I've built a community on. But as a content creator, you kind of always have to adapt.
More than half of the states in the U.S. and the federal government already banned TikTok on government devices. This following growing concerns that personal data could be shared with the Chinese government through TikTok's Beijing-based parent company, a claim that TikTok denies. At this point, you might be wondering, will California join a TikTok ban? President Biden signed a law earlier this year banning millions of federal employees from having TikTok on their government phones. States like New Jersey and Ohio have also restricted access to TikTok on government devices, but California has not. That's at least until now.
State government facing unprecedented attacks on information security. I just think it's high time that we take special precautions, against some of these apps. One thing we can do is ban the downloading and installation of high-risk social media applications, such as TikTok, on state-owned computers and state-owned phones.
Okay, so that was State Senator Bill Dodd who introduced SB 74 that could soon be enacted as it's passed by the governor. And if he signs it, he hopes that since there are already private companies with restrictions, the same can be done for the state. All right, coming up after the break, Disney keeping jobs in California. The debate is heating up over the words, "Don't say gay."
We're looking at that moderate heat risk across areas of California, but will those temperatures continue to remain in the 90s? I'll have your answer coming up.
And the Sacramento High School's football field in major need of TLC to make it safer. We'll have more coming up after the break.
Welcome back. A nice warm evening as we look at the Big Mountain backyard. We are starting to see things cooling down just a little bit, but really still sitting in these mid 80s and even an upper 80 here from Marysville with that Sunshine Tahoe. A warm 70 degrees right now as we do anticipate more of that snow melt continuing to drop off the mountains into those rivers, streams, and creeks into the weekend. We'll see warm to hot temperatures continuing, but also some Sierra thunderstorm chances, I should say. By next week, though, we're looking at more near average temperatures, which means lower 80s. So yes, we have still some warm days ahead, but we should get closer to normal through next week. High pressure system in place is keeping that low further north, but we're looking at this low pressure here that's circulating. That's going to bring some chances here for Sierra thunderstorms, but also flood watch potential as we are looking at potential for flooding until Monday, 8 p.m. Rising rivers, creeks, and streams, and cold, fast-running water. Please be careful if you had plans to head up there. We'll see the peak flow and those heights overnight into the early morning hours. And for those thunderstorms, take a look at all that green zone here. You're seeing that most of the Sierra spots all the way into Southern California for those thunderstorm chances even through the weekend as we have that low pressure kind of sitting in place there from Nevada over into the Utah area. Now let's take a look here as we talk about our 10-day forecast. What we do anticipate is those temperatures dropping off, but what you can expect this weekend is these mid to upper 80s. Friday and Saturday, even into Sunday here, you're looking at a warm weekend. So moderate heat risk. Make sure you're taking care of pets, children, and those who may be sensitive to the heat, especially on Monday as we reach those 90s again, low 90s. We'll drop off into those lower 80s from Wednesday through at least Friday before mid 80s arrive the following weekend.
And we stand for you. You hear it all the time. That's our motto. And we truly do take that to heart by getting you answers. Like when there's a football field at Sacramento Charter High School that needs a facelift. I mean, it has potholes, bare spots in the grass, and field markings that some people cannot see at all. And these issues are really a concern for player safety. And that's not all. So our Candace Red spoke with school leaders and the community to find out what's being done.
Good job, Frankie. I can see myself in them.
Julius Douglas says he takes pride in helping players on this football team.
All right, y'all. Good practice. Good practice.
Stay on the right path on and off the field.
Me being here, I'm like a big brother, a mentor, a dad to them.
Douglas grew up in Oak Park. He says he attended Sacramento Charter High School and played on the football team in 2006.
I was supposed to graduate in 2009, but I went to prison doing stupid stuff, but you know, that's the past.
Douglas turned his life around for the better. He founded a nonprofit called Seize the Moment in 2019 to help the youth in underserved communities.
It's about helping kids get to their dreams, giving them motivation, encouraging them, building character, integrity. We play sports. We do outreach, we feed the homeless, neighborhood community cleanup.
One of the organization's top priorities is making sure the Sac High Dragons get a new football field. Douglas says the field looks the exact same since he played on the team.
Ain't nothing changed about this field. And it's kind of messed up.
The field comes with natural grass, large bare spots, weeds, and potholes. It doesn't have clear field markings, lighting, fencing, or reliable bleachers for fans. That's why Seize the Moment launched a program called the Players Project.
It was just an idea. I'm like, man, we finna fix the field ourselves. We ain't waiting no more.
The football players, along with community volunteers, hold fundraising events and field cleanups on game days.
Not every game, but when it needs a cleanup, we come out here and do it.
Lamar Radcliffe is the Dragons running back and says it takes about 3 hours to prepare the field for a game.
We don't got a lot of resources, but I still practice hard. I play hard.
We don't look the greatest.
Naaman Branyan is the Dragons quarterback and says a new turf field is needed most for safety.
We had a player hurt. They sprained their ankle because of it. they stepped in a pothole wrong.
We need to take some action.
St. Hope Public Schools began managing Sac High in 2003. St. Hope leases the property the school sits on from the Sacramento City Unified School District. So who's responsible for maintaining the football field?
It is the responsibility of Sac City Unified School District.
ABC 10 reached out to the school district, who sent this statement reading in part, by state law, Sac City Unified School District must provide Sacramento Charter High with facilities that are reasonably equivalent to those provided to district students. The district says it's helping Sac High with fundraising efforts too. St. Hope says the price tag for a new football field is $20 million, but the school is short.
We only have $1 million towards that. And so we'd like to use the money that we have to get it started. We think we can do the turf.
Sac High was established in 1856, making it the oldest high school in Sacramento. It's also one of the last schools with a dirt track and grass field.
We just getting left behind, forgot about. Hope that they get a new facility, new field, new locker room, so they can feel comfortable, feel wanted. They have somewhere to come. They don't have to run to the streets. Get them babies a field.
Seize the Moment is helping Sacramento High raise funds through a GoFundMe. We do have more information at abc10.com/tothepoint. All right, let's head out to Stockton, because Stockton held its State of the City today. Mayor Kevin Lincoln says the city is seeing a drop in the number of homeless looking for services, and said even though homicide numbers are up, the number of injury shootings have dropped significantly. Also in attendance at today's event was Kristen Smart's parents.
To this day, the support that we get from you is the strength that helps us move forward.
Kristen Smart's parents got a key to the city. Smart is a Lincoln High School graduate who vanished while attending Cal Poly San Luis Obispo back in the 1990s. Decades later, Paul Flores was convicted of killing Smart. And Governor Newsom is calling out Florida Governor Ron DeSantis once again. Just hours ago, Disney announced that they are scrapping plans to build a $1 billion office complex in the Sunshine State and instead keep jobs in California. Disney has been in a little battle with Florida's governor 4 months after a Don't Say Gay bill was signed into law. And next week, Florida's governor is expected to announce his run for president. Disney says not building an office complex in Florida will cost the state 2,000 white-collar jobs. In response, Governor Newsom said that today, that authoritarian policies, they have consequences. This announcement is a victory for California and tens of thousands of Disney employees who know that they can live in a state where they are respected and safe, and looks forward to increased investments and growth in California. Still ahead, a one-of-a-kind night market returning to Capitol Mall. And let's just say it really does look like one of Sacramento's tastiest festivals this far. So on this show, we love to hear your thoughts on the stories that we tell. We read all of your comments, texts, and emails. And earlier in the show, we spoke about the soccer field in downtown Railyards, asking if something else should go in that spot instead. So here's what people are saying. The Railyards should be turned into a homeless services hub and processing center. Another viewer writing in a natural history museum. Someone else saying a homeless shelter. Cities said that they would site them equally throughout the city. And so far, it's only been happening to the communities of color in order to create a playground for the wealthy or to protect the more affluent. Someone else writing in saying low-income housing. And someone else saying that the A's should relocate here. At least they'd stay local. As always, thank you so much for your comments. Keep them coming. You can always text us at 916-321-3310. And you already know we are celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month all throughout May. So tomorrow night, the AAPI Night Market, it takes over Capitol Mall. Food and retail vendors from across our area will be representing different Asian cultures, and they all will be in attendance. We'll be there live tomorrow on To The Point. As always, we love to hear from you. Let us know what's going on in your community. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Hey, it's Alex. Just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I really love hearing from everyone, and I hope that you'll stay in touch. Reach out to me on Facebook at AlexBellTV, or you can email me at tothepoint@abc10.com, or you can even send me a text message at 916-321-3310.